Okay, so welcome to the second lecture on permutations and combinations. In this lecture, we will solve exercise 7.2. We will discuss about this word permutation and we will introduce this concept of factorials. Okay, and solve some of the questions based on these concepts. Now, what is permutation? Permutation basically is way of arranging things. So you can relate this with the word arrangement. For example, we did a question where we used these letters ROSE and tried to form four letter words, right? So what we were basically doing was we were arranging these letters in different ways because each arrangement is different from another, right? So if I arrange it in this way or in this way, so we are just arranging these letters in different ways, right? So permutation is a way of arranging things taken taken all at a time or some at a time. What I mean is, for example, when I had four letters ROSE, I could have taken all the four and arranged it like this, that like the way we arranged in that question. What was the number of ways? The first place could be filled in four ways, second in three, third in two, and fourth in one. So we said that the answer is 24 different words that can be formed with or without meaning using the letters of the word rose. Now, I could have given you this question that I want only three letter words, okay, and you have to use letters of this word ROSE, rose. So if you have to form three letter words, then the first place could be filled in four ways, second in three ways, and third in two ways. So this would have been the situation. This will also give you 24 different words, but now these are three letter words. Okay, so you can take some at a time and arrange them, like I took 3 out of 4 and arranged it like this, or all at a time and arrange these like this in the previous question. So permutation is a way of arranging different objects taken all or some at a time, and we denote it by NPR, where R is less than or equal to N, and it can be greater than or equal to 0, right? So what is R? R, number of objects taken at a time, taken out of total n objects. R is the number of objects taken out of total n objects at a time, and R can vary from 0 to n. So I can have np0, that is number of ways of arranging 0 things out of n things. So there is only one way of doing that, right? Or I can have npn, number of ways of arranging n things taken out of n things. Or I can have a situation where I'm arranging r things out of n things, which is between 0 and n. Okay, so these are the situations that can be there. What I mean is, let us say I've got three letters A, B, and C. So I can arrange these in a line like this: ABC, or ACB, or BAC, BCA, CAB, CBA, right? So I have arranged these in 6 ways, or I have shown you 6 different arrangements. So these are the permutations of these three letters taken all at a time. These are the permutations of these three letters taken all at a time, that is 3p3. Okay, So let us generalize whatever we have learned by now. So if I have got n different things or n different objects, I take r objects out of it, right? So r is less than n, what I am taking. Okay. Now I need to arrange these. So how many places these will be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. These are r places. So there are n different objects. I have taken r objects out of these n objects and I am trying to arrange these r objects here. For example, when we had, let us say I have got these letters number. I have to take 3 letters out of these 6 and arrange them like this. Or in other words, I need to form 3 letter words using these letters. Okay, so if I have to form 3 letter words, I'll take 3 out of these 6 and then arrange them. Similarly, I've got n different objects. I am taking r out of these and arranging them in r places here. So how many arrangements will be there if repetition is not allowed? How many arrangements will be there? I can place, I have options to place. For example, to fill this first place, I have got n options, right? So out of these n objects, I can place any object in the first place, right? Total r objects I'll use, but for the first place, I have got n options. Out of all these n, I can place any of the objects at the first place. So for the first place to be filled, I have got n options. For the second place to be filled, I have got n minus 1 options. For the third place, I have got n minus 2 options. If you see, this is third place, right? This is third place. I have got n minus 2 options. This is fourth place. I have got n minus 3 options, because 3 letters or 3 objects I have already filled here. So I have got n minus 3 options for the fourth place. So for example, similarly for the rth place, I'll have n minus r minus 1 options to fill this place with, right? So if you see, I have used r objects to fill these r places out of these n different objects, right? So if you apply fundamental principle of counting, total number of ways of arranging r things out of n things will be equal to n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 and so on up to n minus, if I open this bracket, I can write it as n minus r plus 1. So these are the number of ways of arranging n different things at r places without repetition. But if repetition is also allowed, then also we can say these are r places to be filled, r places. Now the repetition is allowed. So out of these n objects, I can fill any object here. So I have n options to fill the first place. Repetition is allowed, so I can still place any of these n objects here. So I have n options to fill this place also, and third place can also be filled in n ways. And how many places do I have? R places. So n into n into n into n r times, right? So these are the number of ways of filling these r places, right, with these n digits. So out of these n digits, I'll take r digits and place them here. Repetition is allowed, so the total number of ways is n raised to power r. Okay. Now let us talk about another thing that we want to talk about in this lecture is factorial notation. Factorial notation. Now what is factorial is denoted by this or this symbol. Okay. So if I write this means n factorial. N factorial, or we also call it factorial n. Anyways, it is okay. Okay, so and another way of writing n factorial or factorial n is this. So either you write it this way or this way, both are correct. This is how we denote it. These are the symbols. Okay, so what is factorial? What is factorial? Factorial n, first of all, n should be a whole number for it to be defined, right? I cannot define half factorial, okay, or let us say pi factorial. I have got definition of factorial only for whole numbers, so 0 factorial is okay, 1 factorial is there, 2 factorial is there, so whole numbers are okay. Now what is the definition? If I have got n factorial, it means product of natural numbers starting from 1 to n, 1 2 3 4 5 up to n. I'll multiply these and this is n factorial. Okay, let us understand it with some specific numbers. For example, if I want to say 3 factorial, it is, I'll start with 1 and keep multiplying up to 3. So 1 into 2 into 3. So these are multiple, these are this is product of natural numbers starting from 1 to n. Okay, so what is n factorial? It is 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 up to n. 3 factorial, 1 into 2 into 3. 4 factorial, 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. 5 factorial, 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. So if you notice the 5 factorial and you see it here, only this part, what is this? 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. This is 4 factorial. So 5 factorial can also be written as 5 into 4 factorial. Right? You notice it here. Similarly, 4 factorial can be written as 4 into 3 factorial, because this part is 3 factorial and multiplied with 4 you can write it like this. Similarly, this can be written as 3 into 2 factorial. Or if you notice this much part only up to this only, this is 3 factorial. So you can also write it as 5 into 4 into 3 factorial. Let me show it here with n factorial. So if I write it as 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into up to, let us say, n minus 1, then n, this product is n factorial, right? So if you notice up to n minus 1, because before n there will be n minus 1, before this there will be n minus 2, right? So this is product of all these natural numbers. Now if you notice, this is nothing but, if I separate this n, rest of these can be written as n minus 1 factorial, because these are product of natural numbers starting with 1 and up to n minus 1. So n factorial can also be written as n into n minus 1 factorial. And if you take only these, consider these, this is n minus 2 factorial. So you can also write it as n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial, right? This is separate, this factorial is separate, and this is the product. What else can you do here is, if I write 6 factorial, 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6, right? So what I can do here is, I can multiply and divide with 7. So now what is this? This is 7 factorial by 7. So 6 factorial can also be written as 7 factorial by 7. That is, n factorial can be written as n plus 1 factorial by n plus 1. Right? I hope you understood this. Because if, let us say, I have got 7 factorial. What is this? This is product of 1 to 7. Now what I am doing is I am multiplying and dividing it with 8. So this has become 8 factorial now, and I am dividing it with 8. So it is also equal to 7 factorial, right? So what I can say about 6 factorial, that it is equal to 6 into 5 factorial, or 6 into 5 into 4 factorial, or let us say 7 factorial by 7. These are the interpretations of this 6 factorial here. And you need to memorize some of the values like this. 0 factorial is 1. This is what you need to memorize. 1 factorial is also 1. 2 factorial is 2. 3 factorial is 6. 4 factorial is 24. 5 factorial is 120. 6 factorial is 720. What I am doing here is, I am just multiplying. For example, 0 factorial is 1, right? 1 factorial is 1. 2 factorial is 2 into 1, that is 2. 3 factorial is what? 3 into 2 factorial. So I am multiplying this with 3. and multiplying this with 4, multiply this with 5 to obtain this, multiply this with 6 to obtain this, and now multiply this with 7, so it will be 5040. So at least these values you should memorize, okay, so that you can use them as and when you want. Let us look at some of the questions, then we will understand it in detail. Evaluate 5 factorial. This is something that we have just done. 5 factorial is product of natural numbers starting from 1 going up to 5. So it is nothing, 5 factorial is nothing but 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5, that is 120, right? What is 7 factorial? Similarly, 7 factorial is what? 7 into 6 into 5 factorial. 5 factorial we have counted already. So 7 into 6 into 120, and we know that it will be equal to 5040. Otherwise what you can do is, this is 42 into 120, 42 into 100 will be 4200, 42 into 20 will be 840. If you add these you will get 5040. Okay, what about 7 factorial minus 5 factorial? Third part. For 7 factorial minus 5 factorial, what you can do is, you have calculated 7 factorial 5040, you have calculated this 120, so you can simply write the difference, which will be 5000 minus 100 will be 4900, and this will be 20, so this will be the difference. Otherwise, if this is the standalone question that is given, what I'll do is, I'll take 5 factorial common. So what I'll have here is 7 into 6 from the first place minus 1 from the second place. 5 factorial is 120. This is 42 minus 1, 41. Right? And what will be this? If 100, if I multiply with 41, it would have given me 4100. 20, if I multiply with 41, it will give me 820. So if I add these, I'll have 4920, which is my answer. I hope whatever I have spoken you have understood in the right spirit. Compute 7 factorial by 5 factorial. So I'll write 7 factorial as 7 into 6 into 5 factorial and divided by 5 factorial. So I'll cancel it. The first part is 42. Second part, 12 factorial by 10 factorial into 2 factorial. So I'll write 12 factorial as 12 into 10, 12 into 11 into 10 factorial, and it is to be divided with 10 factorial into 2 factorial. So 10 factorial is cancelled simply. This is 12 into 11 in the numerator, and in the denominator 2 factorial is nothing but 2. So this will give you 6. So 66 will be your answer. Now we need to evaluate this expression n factorial by r factorial into n minus r factorial. This has got a special meaning which we will study in this chapter, but right now we just need to put values of n and r in this and calculate. So if I put n equal to 5, it will be 5 factorial in the numerator, r factorial means 2 factorial, n minus r factorial means 5 minus 2 factorial. This is the expression that we need to calculate. So 5 factorial divided by 2 factorial into 3 factorial. Okay, this is a pretty simple calculation. I know 5 factorial is 120, 2 factorial is 2, 3 factorial is 6. So this is 12 and this is 120, so I'll have 10 as my answer. Look at this one, 1 by 8 factorial, 1 by 9 factorial, and then x by 10 factorial. So can I write the left hand side as 10 into 9 divided by 10 factorial? This 8 factorial, can I write it as this? Think about it for a moment. Then you will understand why I am doing that. But first of all, think about it. 1 by 8 factorial. So if I multiply this by 9 into 10, I'll have to multiply the numerator by 9 into 10. Now what is this? 10 into 9 into 8 factorial. So it becomes 10 factorial. So what I have written here is 10 into 9 by 10 factorial. So this is my 1 by 8 factorial. Similarly, you can think about this 1 by 9 factorial. Can I write it as 10 by 10 factorial? What I have done here is 1 by 9 factorial. I have multiplied with 10 and divided with 10. So I can do that with any number, multiply and divide with same number. So now this has become 10 factorial. 10 into 9 factorial is 10 factorial. So this is my left hand side, and on the right hand side I have x by 10 factorial. Whatever I did was to make the denominator same. Now I can simply ignore the denominators, and x is equal to 10 into 9 plus 10, that is 100. I hope you got this idea. Now let's come to the exercise. Evaluate 8 factorial. So up to 7 factorial we have memorized. So 8 factorial is what? 8 into 7 factorial. What is 7 factorial? 8 into 5040. So it is equal to 0, 3, 40, 40, 320. Right? Otherwise 8 factorial you can write it as 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Right? You can start from 1 and go up to 8, or start from 8 and then go up to 1. This is how factorial works. And this product will be equal to 40320. Second part is 4 factorial minus 3 factorial. It is nothing but a simple subtraction problem. This is 24 and this is 6. So 24 minus 6 is 18. Is 3 factorial plus 4 factorial equal to 7 factorial? 3 factorial is 6, 4 factorial is 24, and what is 7 factorial? 7 factorial is 5040. So this is 3 factorial plus 4 factorial, which is 30, and this is 5040. So no, 3 factorial plus 4 factorial is not equal to 7 factorial, and you need to keep this in your mind, that you cannot simply add these and say this is equal to 7 factorial. There is huge difference when we go from 1 factorial to 2 factorial to 3 factorial. These gaps keep on increasing, right? And it increases very fast, because 6 factorial was what? It was 120. It was 720. And what is 7 factorial? 7 factorial is huge, 5040. And 8 factorial will be even larger, which was 40320. We just calculated it, right? So these numbers become very, very large. This is 8 factorial by 6 factorial into 2 factorial. So what I'll do is I'll write, you cannot simply cancel this, that is 6, this is 2, and this is 8. You have to understand that 8 factorial can be written as 8 into 7 into 6 factorial, right? 8 factorial can be written as 8 into 7 into 6 factorial. And in the denominator, I have got 6 factorial into 2 factorial. 2 factorial is nothing but 2 itself. So 6 can be cancelled. This is 8 into 7 divided by 2. So 2 into 4 is 8. This is 28. Now this is a question. I've got 1 by 6 factorial. So what I'll do is I'll prefer writing the denominator as 8 factorial everywhere, because on the right hand side I've got 8 factorial here. So I'll try and make the denominator same everywhere, right? So 1 by 6 factorial can be written as 1 by 8 factorial. Now I need to multiply the numerator with 8 into 7. Only then I can write the denominator as 8 factorial, because what I have done is 6 factorial was there. So I have multiplied the denominator by 8 into 7. So I have to multiply the numerator by the same number. Now the denominator has become 8 factorial and the numerator is 8 into 7, 56. So I can write this first term as 8 into 7 by 8 factorial. The second term as 8 by 8 factorial. and the right hand side I've got is x by 8 factorial. Now I'll simply ignore the denominators from both sides because this is how you calculate things. So x is equal to 56 plus 8, that is 64. So this is your answer. Give me a moment, please. Okay. So this is the next question. We need to evaluate this term n factorial by n minus r factorial. We are given different values of n and r. So the first part is n is 6, r is 2. So I have to calculate 6 factorial by 6 minus 2 factorial. That is 6 factorial divided by 4 factorial is what I need to calculate. You can simply place 720 by 24 here and then write 30, or another option is that you can say that 6 factorial is what, 6 into 5 into 4 factorial, and it is being divided with 4 factorial, so your answer will be 30. So both ways it is easy question because you have already memorized these values, so you could have done it directly or in this way. Both are good. So second is 9 and 5. So 9 factorial by 9 minus 5 factorial is what I need to calculate. This is the second part. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll do it in this space with different color. Okay. 9 factorial is what? It is being divided with 4 factorial. Now what you can do is you can simply, this is a little lengthier than the previous one because you will have to multiply actually 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 into 5. Up to this you have to multiply. Then there is 4 factorial divided with 4 factorial. You can cancel these much numbers you have to multiply. So what is good is that you multiply the even number separately. This is 8 into 6, 48, 48 into 5, then you multiply. 48 into 5 will be 240, right? 240, yes, 240. So I have multiplied these three and then I'll to multiply this with 63. 240 with 63. What will be my answer? 240, 63. So I'll have 720 here and then double of 720 because this is 3, this is 6. So 1440. So your answer will be 15120. This will be your answer. This was a little lengthier calculation which was also pretty easy. Okay. I think this is the exercise. Alright. So yes, this was the exercise 7.2. Alright. Now we will do exercise 7.3 in the next lecture.